So has this ever happened to you? You go in for a medical procedure or treatment thinking you're significantly covered by insurance, but then it turns out you're not.
Well, 5 on Your Side investigator Jonathan Walsh shows us how one local man is stuck in the muddy waters of hospitals, insurance, and a past employer. It's all part of our ongoing series, Diagnosis Debt.
It's not easy at all. It's like a very slow root canal.
The root of the problem for Alan Sands was an ongoing fever back in 2018. At times, it hit 103.
I just couldn't break it. It was at nighttime, and I would wake up in the middle of the night, and it would be just absolutely soaked.
He went to the ER at Worcester Community Hospital. Doctors then put him in the ICU.
They ran the whole panel to try to figure out exactly what I had.
Alan says he was in the hospital for about a week, recovered for another week at home, and then went back to work. The bills that the hospital sent to Alan totaled nearly $15,000. But Alan was confused because about a year or two prior to the fever incident, Alan went to Worcester Community Hospital because of a possible heart attack. Alan says the hospital took his insurance then, but the fever incident, well, it was all passed along to Alan.
How is this even possible? When you have insurance and you have out-of-pocket deductibles.
He says he called his employer at the time, Tenable Protective Services, a self-insured company.
Don't worry about it, though. We'll take care of it. That's definitely not what you owe, so, don't worry about it.
He called Worcester Community Hospital.
It's the hospital is putting the bill out, so we'll go ahead and we'll contact the insurance company for you and basically leave you out of it.
He called his employer's third-party administrator, Alternative Risk Management, a.k.a. Alt Risk, that handled the insurance claims.
The insurance company would say, don't worry about it. We'll contact the hospital on your behalf and we'll work it out.
So it was a constant circle of people supposedly contacting each other.
Correct.
Alan authorized Worcester Community Hospital to talk to us. It declined an on-camera interview. It did say it has no contract with Alt Risk.
$15,000, I just don't have it in my pocket to turn around and give somebody.
The hospital says when it accepted his insurance previously for things like lab work, those smaller amounts were overlooked. Well, Alan feels overlooked and baffled.
Does any of this make sense to you?
If it did make sense, I wouldn't be here trying to make sense of it.
At one point, Alan says he asked for an audit of his bills.
Her response was, if we have to go back and do an audit, then I'm going to reopen every single one of your accounts. And if we find that we made any mistakes or any mistakes were made as far as not billing you, we will turn around and we will bill you for every penny.
Alan tells us he felt threatened by that.
A hospital is saying, hey, you know what? If you're going to make us go through the work, we're going to pound you with every penny. At that point, wouldn't you be afraid and you would just pay the money?
Worcester Community told us it doesn't think that came up in conversations with him.
She said that, if you should be mad at anybody, it should be with your insurance company.
We contacted Tenable. It referred us to Alt Risk. Alt Risk refused to answer our questions. Sound familiar?
Somebody's not telling the truth, and that's the principle of it. That's what needs to come out.
I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Jonathan Walsh.